The scorching heat recently has not only unleashed a wave of destruction with its wildfires, drought, and melting glaciers, but it has also unearthed eerie secrets from our past. Amid the chaos, a macabre discovery of shipwrecks, corpses, and ghost villages have left us questioning what other unspeakable horrors might be lurking beneath the surface. As if the heat wasn't enough to make your skin burn, ornamental gardens and ancient cities have been unearthed in the blistering heat, revealing a history that was long forgotten. Join us on this journey to uncover the dark and mysterious past that extreme heat has uncovered. The drought in Italy. Due to unusual circumstances, the River Po, the longest river in Italy, practically ran dry. During this time, a never-seen-before World War II wreckage was found. According to CBS News, as the water dried up, cyclists and hikers noticed something strange in the park near Gualtieri. Upon further investigation, they found Zibello, a 164-foot-long barge that was used to transport wood on the River Po from the Atlantic Ocean all the way to Cremona in Lombardy. It was sunk during bombardments by the American forces during World War II in 1943. But the drought had not given up all of Italy's secrets just yet. During this same drought, the River Tiber dropped its water levels to all new lows, and a rarely seen archaeological treasure emerged. It was a bridge commissioned by Caesar Nero, also known as the Pons Neronianus. Incidentally, it's located close to the Vatican and the Castel Sant'Angelo. Nero was the fifth emperor of Rome who ruled from AD 54 to 68. This was a truly terrifying time to be alive, as Nero used people, covered in pitch and set alight, as lampposts at night. He mainly targeted Christians, but is also believed to have killed his mother and at least one of his wives as well. The exact date of the bridge's construction is not known, but it is believed to have been built sometime in the 1st century AD. The bridge was made of stone and was approximately 200 meters long and 20 meters wide. It had 3 main arches and 2 smaller ones on either side. The Pons Neronianus was an important link between the Vatican Hill and the rest of Rome. It was also a major thoroughfare for goods and people traveling to and from the city. The bridge was lined with shops and stalls, and it was a popular gathering place for merchants and travelers. The Ghost Village of Spain. The village of Azaredo is located in the northwestern region of Spain, in a province of Orense. In the early 1990s, a reservoir was constructed in the area as part of a larger hydroelectric project. The reservoir, known as the Bellesar Reservoir, flooded the surrounding valley, including the village of Azaredo. The residents of Azaredo were forced to leave their homes and relocate elsewhere. The Portuguese company that bought the land compensated the villagers for their properties and assets, but the emotional toll of leaving behind their homes and the cemetery where their loved ones were buried was immense. The villagers protested the forced relocation, and some even went on a hunger strike to express their disapproval. But ultimately, they had to leave. For decades, the village remained submerged under the waters of the Bellesar Reservoir. But in 2012, the region experienced a prolonged drought, which caused the water levels in the reservoir to drop significantly. As the water receded, the village of Azaredo re-emerged, preserved by the water that had covered it for so many years. Tourists and visitors to the region were amazed to see the ghost village of Azaredo, frozen in time and perfectly preserved under the water. The village's stone houses, church, and other structures were visible, as were the streets and paths that once connected the villagers to their neighbors and the surrounding countryside. The reappearance of Azaredo served as a reminder of the human cost of large-scale development projects and the importance of preserving cultural heritage and the memories of communities that are displaced by such projects. The ugly underbelly of Las Vegas. It seems that this drought is not limited to Europe, but extends to the United States too. Specifically, places that are already dry, like Nevada. Close to Las Vegas, we can find Lake Mead. Usually, it's an oasis for people to enjoy the relaxation associated with water, like boating. As the sad reality of drought has gripped the country, Lake Mead is slowly being consumed by the desert sun, one drop at a time. The persistent drought in the area has resulted in a dramatic decrease in water levels at Lake Mead. The lake has become a place of ghoulish fascination as the water levels have dropped, due to tourists discovering everything from sunken boats to human remains. According to the U.S. National Park Service, among the human remains found at the site was a corpse in a barrel, with the cause of death still being investigated. The discovery of human remains at Lake Mead highlights the complex and often tragic human impact of the ongoing drought in the region. As water resources continue to be strained, the consequences for the people and communities that depend on them can be devastating. The discovery of bodies and other objects as the water levels recede is a stark reminder of the importance of responsible water management practices and the need to address the underlying issues that contribute to drought and other environmental challenges. The Endurance. Mysteries always fascinate people, and no more so than maritime mysteries. As recently last year, one of the coldest mysteries was solved. On February 25, 2022, the Antarctic sea ice had shrunk so much that it was the lowest ever recorded since being monitored by satellites. Inadvertently, this event helped researchers from the Falklands Maritime Heritage Trust to find Sir Ernest Shackleton's ship, the Endurance. The ship had disappeared in the Antarctic ice in 1915, and the ship's location remained a mystery until March 5, 2022, when it was discovered. The Endurance was discovered in the depths of the Weddell Sea, an isolated area off the coast of Antarctica. It was a treacherous journey that was undertaken to find, then survey and produce photographic evidence of the finding. This had to be accomplished by using an autonomous vehicle, as the Endurance had come to rest in more than 3,000 meters or 9,843 feet of water. It was also a distance of more than 6 kilometers or almost 4 miles from where they had calculated the wreckage to be. The 35-day mission finally gave answers to what had happened to Sir Ernest Shackleton's ship, the Endurance. The Secret Garden. The summer of 2022 in the UK was marked by a prolonged heat wave, with temperatures reaching some of the highest recorded in 100 years. This unexpectedly unearthed a historical gem in the form of the Great Parterre Garden at Chatsworth House in Derbyshire. The Great Parterre Garden dates back to 1699 and is an important part of the historic Chatsworth House estate. However, it had long been hidden by the grass that covered it, which had burned out in a significant pattern due to its short root system in the intense heat of the summer. This revealed the once ornate garden to visitors, much to their delight. The garden features a series of symmetrical beds arranged around a central fountain, and intricate patterns and ornate design are a testament to the skill and craftsmanship of the gardeners who created it over 3 centuries ago. As the heat wave subsides and the weather cools, the grass will likely recover, and the garden will once again be hidden from view. However, the brief glimpse of this hidden gem has provided visitors with a unique opportunity to appreciate the history and beauty of Chatsworth House and its grounds. A Mesopotamian treasure. Archaeologists couldn't believe their luck when extreme drought uncovered the Mesopotamian treasure hidden beneath the Mosul River in Iraq. The ancient city of Kemin on the banks of the Tigris River, along with an ancient palace, emerged. Archaeologists believe this Bronze Age city to be about 3,400 years old. The city belonged to the Mitanni Empire, which flourished from 1550 to 1350 BC. One of the most amazing discoveries on this site was finding ancient ceramic vessels, which had preserved over 100 cuneiform tablets. These unfired clay tablets hold the keys to further mysteries: how the Mitanni Empire saw its end while the Assyrians began their rule of that area. Much of this preservation is ascribed to an earthquake that hit the city circa 1350 BC. The collapsed wall ruins managed to protect much of the city that was intentionally flooded whilst building the Mosul Reservoir during the 1980s. Kemin is a modern-day Atlantis that disappears and reappears with extreme droughts. It was first excavated in 2018, but when the waters rose once more, it disappeared into obscurity again, taking its secrets with it. The next time Kemin surfaced was when the water levels dropped due to much-needed irrigation in 2022. Hunting relics. The Secrets of the Ice Project is a multidisciplinary research initiative focused on exploring the effects of climate change on glaciers in Norway and their impact on the surrounding environments and societies. According to the project's website, the team has found artifacts dating back as far as 4000 BC in the Lenbreen Pass, including arrows, skis, clothing, and even human remains, which have been preserved for centuries due to being frozen in the ice. The artifacts provide valuable insight into the ancient cultures that lived in the area and their way of life. Some of the most significant discoveries made during the project include a ski dating back to 3700 BC, which is one of the oldest skis ever found, and a well-preserved tunic that was found in a melting ice patch and dated to the Viking Age. The tunic, which was made from lamb's wool, had even been repaired several times, suggesting that it was a valuable item and was worn over a long period of time. In addition to these findings, the team has also uncovered artifacts such as sleds, horseshoes, and a Viking mitten, among others.